We're in the friendly confines of the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River for the first of two. Week 11 in the Arenalacrosseleague continues with the Paris RiverWolves taking on the Oshweken Bears. Lance Wynn providing all the details and giving it to you straight. Starting goalies for Paris, it'll be Casey Lahache that gets the call, and at the other end, Chase Martin will start for the Bears. Officials for today's game, Kyle Coulter is the crew chief. He's joined by Mark Smith, if that really is his real name, and of course, Mark Sandman Sands. Head coaches in his ninth season in Paris is Jamie Dubrick. His assistants are Chris Driscoll and Kyle Leeming. And for the Bears, the legendary Ron Mouser Henry, also in his ninth season. He runs the Bears. His assistants are Clancy Elms, Todd Wilfong, and Neil Pike. And as we get set to go here, of course, a big win yesterday for the Oshweken Bears, and this, of course, a makeup game from a few weeks back, 15-9 over the Oshawa Outlaws. These Paris RiverWolves played on Friday night, lost a tough one, 22-10 to the defending champs there. So these two teams, of course, fighting for one of the top 6 spots in the playoffs, as we have just 3 weeks remaining. After this one, we'll wrap up Week 11 and move along. Of course, following this one, the Toronto Monarchs Six Nations Snipers, and back in the face-off circle, been missed, is Mr. Joseph, Justin Joseph, going up against Koichi Nakamura, two of the best draw men in the league. First possession belongs to the Oshweken Bears. Josh Sanchez looking for an opening, coming off a strong game yesterday in the win over Oshawa. Lucas Beaver, that shot off the side of the post, gets it back. And should be a reset, but from my angle, Eddie Renault, second shot of the game, filters through the 5-hole. Eddie Renault on the board with his 17th of the season, 1-0 for the Bears. Tough one. I thought I saw that hit the side of the post, but either way, Oshweken able to come away with the game's first goal. Apologize to you right now. My voice not at full strength, so please bear with me as off the draw Nakamura comes away with it. And now the RiverWolves will get their first look on offense. Owen Rice out there. Ty Argent working with Andy Campbell on the left side. Argent shovel back. Campbell wide open. That one off the post. Dylan Martin back in the lineup for the RiverWolves. Of course, a few more faces that could make a difference than there were on Friday night in Brampton. Rice dumps it down, working to Cayman Daibo. Argent. And he tiptoed in the crease there. Bit of indecision, but good defense as Argent now on the forecheck. Going to make it tough for that 8-second count. And they're going to blow that down. So that's a violation. Possession belongs to Paris. Good job by Ty Argent. Two Snow brothers out there, and Heron and Nicky. As Rice turns the corner, shovels that off, looking for Jack Parker. It's scooped up, gone the other way. Looks like Owen Smith on the run. Smith beats the defender. Smith twister stopped, and that may have rolled over the line, but they're going to fish that out in a hurry. And now Dylan Gillespie will move it up. Gillespie on the give and go. They'll work it on that right side with Daibo. Daibo trying to curl around there. Campbell. That ball loose now, and good defense by the Bears. They closed that off, and too much extracurricular activity as Nolan Ruddy lost his stick, and possession will belong to the RiverWolves. So Parker out there, he'll move it over to Argent. Martin has some room. Dumped in tight, Martin. He denied, though. Good save there from Chase Martin. And now here come the Bears. Lane Smith looking down. Quick stick couldn't finish there. Was Stephen Portelli And back the other way over the timeline, and now it's Rice. Rice on him, Patrick Timothy on him tight. Timothy, of course, Florida native, flies in. Had his first 2 goals in the Arenalacrosseleague yesterday in Oshawa. Snow sends it over. Chance here on the twister, but Owen Hill wasn't able to find an open spot, and now it's Logan Beach. Just underway here, first to 2 from the ILA. Get you caught up on a busy weekend in Week 11 with a couple of makeup games. Gillespie trying to curl around. Gillespie stopped, dumps it down, looking for Argent, but a bad pass. And instead it's going to go up the other way, Nicholas D'Amico. D'Amico does a good job, gets a good full head of steam going over the timeline. Out there working with Sanchez, gives way to Eddie Renault. Renault, hounded by Connor Scott. Dump off. Lucas Beaver. That one steered aside. Beaver's going to track that down for a fresh 20. Good hustle. Bears will work it up now, and it's Kyle Pedwell. Pedwell. Sanchez trying to duck in on Bergsma. Good swim move. Sanchez! Beauty goal, Josh Sanchez. 13th of the season, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Bears. Well, Josh Sanchez is playing some of his best lacrosse the last couple weeks. Certainly showed his skill set right there. Off the draw, Nakamura. We'll keep count with that. Looks like Nakamura 2-1 now over Joseph in the face-off department. Martin. Rice turns a corner, puts on the brakes, spins, goes to the underhand bounce. Owen Rice, beauty shot. As he's able to work the carpet, top corner, and it's a 2-1 game. 16th of the season for Rice on a beauty bouncer. Just under 10.5 to go here in this opening quarter. Just in case you missed it, of course, Friday, Brampton 22-10 winners over these Paris RiverWolves. Yesterday, the Whitby Steelhawks, 18-10 winners over the Peterborough Timbermen to up their record to 8-3. Brampton sits 8-2 in first place. And it was these Oshweken Bears, 15-9 winners over the Oshawa Outlaws. Portelli had a notion, and he'll keep it. Wait for Lane Smith. Trot out with 10 on the shot clock. Smith ducks under. Has that one scooped up and given right back. And a chance there on a shot, but Ron John not able to put it in, but they get the offensive board for another chance. Sanchez looking for Beaver. Karam. Kick back Sanchez. Sanchez dump off. Had Portelli. Tough pass. 5 on the shot clock. In tight. It's the Beav. Portelli shot right on. Stopped. And a good save there. As Lahash standing tall and keeping his team close. Gillespie now. Cam Hill on him. That's a bit of a mismatch. We'll see if they try to exploit that. Swing across. That shot right on. Good save made there by Lahash. Sorry, by Chase Martin. And now in transition. Beauty turn and a better finish. Owen Hill. Great job to cut into the open area, change the shooting angle, and able to pop it in that corner for a 3-1 lead. I think if you're Ron Mouser Henry and company over there, the coaching staff for the Bears, you have to like where your team's at right now. You figure going into the last 3-4 weeks of the season, you want your team playing their best lacrosse, and they've had full rosters and they have been tough. As off the draw, Joseph. So that matchup's even. Aaron Snow. Chance to try to whip through. Portelli takes a high hit and coughed it up. Cam Mancini will turn it the other way. Has Scott with him. Campbell's trailing in the mix. Kick it back. Rice going to have to chase it down. Does a good job to get it and maintain possession. Rice gets a step. Tried to feather it in that corner. Campbell going to have to pick him up with 7 on the shot clock. Campbell lets that one go wide. Martin not able to hold it down. That's going to go for a violation. And possession now will belong to the Bears. Just over 8 minutes to play here in this first quarter. 3-1 lead for the Bears. Looking to try to pocket 2 wins this weekend. Go a long way, of course, with the playoff format. Sanchez thought about it, ducked right back in. Sanchez almost snuck that 5-hole on a good attempt, but a better save made there by Lahash. Bergsma, he'll stop it, scoop it up, look for an opening. Graham Bergsma, flip back, Daibo, looking to kick it out, deflected. Patrick Timothy now, 1 man to beat. Timothy goes to the shot, and a good save made there as Koichi will jump all over that and move that right back up to Daibo. Daibo, Nakamura screen and roll. Oh, Koichi. Big goal there for Nakamura. Trims the lead now to 3-2. Can't express how far along Koichi Nakamura has come since he introduced himself to the Arenalacrosseleague. That's his 9th goal of the season, an all-career high for him in both goals and assists. So the screen and roll executed perfectly by the RiverWolves. Just over 7.5 to play here in this opening quarter. Just had to get some of the excess debris off the carpet in a broken stick, and Joseph will win that one. Didn't go up against Nakamura, and now Sanchez. And that's going to be a penalty, as looks like Clark's going to go, and that's just too slack. Sanchez, quick stick release, but not able to find the mark on Lahash. And with that said, that's going to be a penalty, but before that, that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. So set to go after our officials' timeout. Just a reminder, a big one, Toronto Monarchs 6-4 up against the Six Nations Snipers. They follow this game and wrap up week 11. So slash the call to Clark. First power play opportunity of this game goes to the Bears. Lane Smith will step into that one. And a good save made there by Lahash. So one of the premier shooters in the all, Lane Smith, denied there. And now Paris will try to work it up and burn some clock. Rice has it stripped but gets it back. Flips it to Arjun. Arjun will leave it for Daibo. Martin, one-on-one. Martin thinking about it. 7 on the shot clock. Daibo gets a step on Snow. Nothing doing. Looking for that short side, and now moving it up is Ron John. Sorry, Luke Maloney. My apologies, Ron. As Renault will set it up. Working out there with Lane Smith on that left side. Portelli and Sanchez on the right. 8 on the shot clock. Smith, quick shot. Good save again by Lahash. Reset to 20. 45 seconds left in the man advantage. Smith has a man wide open on that crease. Not able to get it to him, though. Smith in there digging, kicks that into the corner. Sanchez with 3 in the shot clock. Portelli got to shoot it. That one right on, and it bounces right back out. RiverWolves, though, jump on that loose ball, and they'll move it over the timeline. Hanser. 20 seconds to burn now for Paris. The Bears came in 54% efficiency on the power play. The penalty kill for the RiverWolves just 30%, but they've certainly looked good in this kill here. Rice will wait for the last second, let it go. Penalty over now, and teams are now back to full strength. Just over 5 minutes to play, opening quarter. Lucas Beaver. He'll hold on to it and now send it over to Sanchez on the right. Sanchez gets a step on Bergsman, gets a screen. Portelli on the roll, kick out Beaver. Swing around Renault. Renault lets it go, 5-hole. Eddie Renault, second of the game. His 18th of the season, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Bears. When I spoke with the Oshweken coaching staff prior to the game, they weren't overjoyed about the win yesterday, because you're not supposed to be overjoyed, but they were quite pleased with the way the team played, winning a big one against the hometown Oshawa Outlaws in Oshawa. Quick turnaround for them, so we'll see if that has any effect on their legs come third, fourth quarter. Beaver, kick back out Portelli. Stephen Portelli, a mainstay with this Bears team. He's really done a great job this year again. Lane Smith working, dumps it in, and that one just over top of the net as Ron John not able to find the mark. And now possession will belong to the RiverWolves. Nazelski will move it up, and now it's Rice. Can't say enough about Kaz Nazelski. He's really impressed everyone in his first season in the Arena Lacrosse League. Parker swings it out with 8. That shot right on. Good save made there as Martin had to be hip to the game. And now Patrick Timothy, PT looking, swings it over to the left side. Kick it back out. Renault. Swing around to the other side. Pedwell. His shot. And he's going to try to keep it over but can't. And possession will belong to Paris. Paris has certainly had their challenges. They were undermanned against the defending champs on Friday night. And if you're undermanned in any way against the defending champs, your chances. Ty Argent undressing Martin for a big goal. It's 4-3. 11th of the season for Argent, and Ty Argent was one of those guys, and I say that was out there, and him and Graham Bergsma and the nucleus of the squad out there, and you play against a Brampton team in Brampton. They are red hot. They do everything right, and you look at the score, 22-10, not really indicative of the way the game flowed, but it was a good first half. But again, short bench ran out of gas, and now you can see different story when they have a few more in the lineup. Still missing a couple, but Paris with their full team is as good as anyone. John swings that around. Sanchez. Boy, he's got some slick moves going today. John with 6 on the shot clock, flipped out. Picked up, and Sanchez almost pocketed another one. But a good save by Lahash, and it's still a 4-3 game. Daibo. Rice will filter out late. They'll work it to the right side. Ready, sizing up Dybo. Flipped in and not able to connect with Dylan Martin. And a now good outlet pass. Here come the Bears. D'Amico over the timeline. He'll wait for some assistance. Gives way to Renault. And Eddie Renault now. Half boards. Moving it up on the left. Renault looking to duck in. Good spin. Renault tried to roll that in. Something a little different, as gotta like what the captain pulled out of his back pocket. Just not able to fool Lahash. Connor Scott has some room. He gets bumped out. Miller doing a good job there. That shot Martin. Argent. Swing Martin and buried. Beauty pass. Ty Argent to Dylan Martin. We are tied at 4. Ninth of the season for Martin. I tell you, Ty Argent got to be happy to have Dylan Martin and a few others to work with on offense. Didn't have that benefit on Friday night. But between Dybo and Dylan Martin, Owen Rice, those three alone, huge difference for the RiverWolves. Joseph will win that draw. And now John. Snow, kick out. Sanchez tried to go up and then down, but Lahash hip to that game. And now Paris going to get up. Good job by Rice. Rice has a man cutting. Nothing doing there. Rice will roll that up. Scoop by Dybo. That shot right on by Rice. And a quick outlet pass. No, we'll look to move it up. Into the final minute here of quarter number 1. Lane Smith. Smith gets a step. Bumps off his man. Smith. No call on the high. They will call that high stick as he gets worked over hard. And then he'll take the shot and score. So Lane Smith, I tell you, frustrated or not, he's got a cannon. And it's a 5-4 lead for the Bears. First of the game for Smith. 9th of the season, and big goal comes with 43 seconds left in this opening quarter. Joseph's slick win off the draw. They've missed him the last few games. Going to be another penalty. This one's going to go against Nakamura. They're going to call a hold, and that's going to allow the Bears to go to their second power play of this game. 0 for 1, 34 seconds left on the clock. So a bit of frustration from Nakamura. Probably should have let Joseph roll into that. So Smith out there. We'll see if they are able to get a shot off and then maybe grab the rebound. If not, so Renault and Smith, Portelli, Sanchez out on the power play. Interchange. That one goes up into the screen and will belong to Paris. 15 seconds left. Mancini dumps it off to Martin. 7, 5. And Argent's going to leave it out there and keep it as it is. We played one quarter, 5-4 in favor of the Bears. Set to go here for second quarter action. Still just under a minute and a half to go in the Nakamura penalty. Carry over as Joseph wins the draw easily. He'll move it up now, Sanchez. So the Bears will let the rest of their power play filter back out. and go back to work here with a 1-goal lead. Everyone will get a touch. And now the interchange. Portelli. Kick it out, work it to Sanchez, 6 on the clock. Behind the net. 4. Lane Smith. That one tried to go top corner, kept it alive, and now on the run. Here come the RiverWolves. And it's Lahash as too many on the floor is the call. And I think that's going to go against Paris too. Double check that. They looked like they were okay on the bench, but so left a little too early trying to jump in the rush. So it'll be a 5-on-3 for 48 seconds. So an opportunity for the Bears to increase their lead here. Sanchez. So they'll go 4-on-3 on one end, play with a safety. And we're going to get some clarification here on what's going on. So crew chief Kyle Coulter is adjusting the clock, and he saw something that wasn't right, and 45 seconds was now 39. So big difference there as Portelli steps in, steered aside by Lahash. Sanchez able to work, get that offensive board, kick it back out. Smith. Out there, Owen Hill. Portelli had a notion, 5 on the shot clock. Smith shot right on. Lahash closed everything up. And now 10 seconds to burn here in the first penalty as Martin's going to try to swim his way into an open area. Gets by Miller, gets by a couple. Snow chasing him down. Flip off to Rice. Rice going for a run, finally gets stripped. And now here come the Bears. Sanchez will slow it down with just under a minute to play in the power play. Bergsma runs out late. Box set up, down low. Nothing doing there. Good job by Lahash. Got the angle. Renault teed that one up. Bergsma had it pop out of his stick. Takes a couple hard hits. Turns it over, and the Bears now with 30 seconds left in the power play. Portelli. Smith down low. Renault diving and scoring. Eddie Renault changing the angles. Coming at you up, down, and on the carpet for his third of the game. First power play goal of the game for the Bears, and it's a 6-4 lead. So I've stressed numerous times about playing a man down in this league and how it can really hurt you, cost you games. And Joseph, I tell you, couple weeks layoff, he's looking as good as ever. And now Sanchez. Lahash on him. Sanchez. Renault. Renault stepped into that one. 5 on the shot clock. Sanchez. Diving Sanchez. Using the long arm of the law. Josh Sanchez, it's 7-4. Second time Sanchez has found the back of the net. 14th time this season he's done that. And largest lead of the game now, 3 for the Bears. So as I was saying about the playoff format, top 6 teams, not everyone, all 8, make the playoffs this year for the first time. And right now, things are all but set in stone. Can assure that Whitby and Brampton will make the top 6, but nothing else is etched as of yet. Snow working on Nakamura. 8 on the shot clock. Too much going on. Interference to call. And now Beach will inbounds, and Paris will look to move it up. So Paris now looking to stop the bleeding. A 3-goal run here has given the Bears the advantage. Daibo swings it around. It's Gillespie. Daibo with 6. Fakes that. Diving. Almost trickled in, but nothing doing. Instead, it's picked up by Maloney. Trouble there as Campbell able to forecheck. Gets that over now, Daibo. Daibo diving. Denied by Martin. And again, Bears get some help this time, getting it up and over the timeline. It's PT, Patrick Timothy. Spins off one. Dump that down. Renault will settle it down. Renault and Beaver. Looking inside, but I had to thread the needle for that one, and nothing doing as Pedwell runs out of time, and the Bears will have to give it up. Connor Scott will bring it back the other way for the RiverWolves. Just want to thank Rick Imus for his great rendition of both the Canadian and Iroquois national anthems. All original music by one of the best in the world. Off the interference call, Bears are going to lug it over the timeline, and it's Owen Smith working to Brother Lane. Portelli trying to duck in on Nakamura. Good help there. Smith. 7 on the shot clock. Lets it go. No look right on. Lahash bounces that nicely in the basket. Lahash to Lahash. Great save by Martin. Back the other way we come. John, he'll hold it up. Under 9.5 to play here, second quarter. Sanchez. Kick it across. Pedwell. Renault behind the net. Renault curl around. Uses the screen. Ducks in. Renault rolls in. Eddie Renault. So Eddie Renault doing a great job of reading the defense. Got a screen and utilized it perfectly for his 4th of the game. It's 8-4. Joseph continues to be masterful in that circle. And now the Bears will control with Sanchez. Beaver. Lane Smith. Scott on him. Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Smith ducks in. In tight. Lucas Beaver. Quick shot. And that one, I think, hit Lahash more than anything, as that was a great pass and a tricky move from Lucas Beaver. Nazelski. Daibo ducks in. Rolls off one. Spins back. Puts on the Jets. Kicks it out. Looking for Parker. Can't handle the pass clean. Gets the loose ball. Dumps it down low. Argent robbed. Big save there by Chase Martin. And now moving it up is Maloney. Owen Hill will swing it over Renault. Under 8 minutes to go first half. Renault looking for Pedwell. Pedwell had his stick taken out of his hands. Now it's Graham Bergsma. Bergsma thought he had a man, and he did now with Daibo. Skip across Campbell. Good attempt from Campbell, but Martin made that look easy now, and the Bears quickly set up in the offensive end. 1-on-3, good job there to hang on to it by Sean Malloy, and Sanchez now will look to duck in. Sanchez, little shake and bake, trying to open something up with 8 on the shot clock. Sanchez, kick over Lane Smith. Smith steps into the underhand stop. Lahash, he'll pick that up and air it out, looking for Clark. Have to run under this one. Clark working Snow in there as well, but it's Sanchez doing a good job getting back, and he will get regroup. And I think Connor Scott's going to go, as it looks like he may have taken exception there to Snow, and there'll be a delayed penalty coming to the RiverWolves. Sanchez. Portelli with 8. Portelli, 3. Lane Smith. Lets it go, Lane Smith. Midas touch today, Mr. Lane Smith. Second of the game will nullify the penalty, I believe. Connor Scott's still going into the penalty box, and so we'll await what's occurred either way. Big goal for the Bears. 9-4 lead, and so no one is in because that is a delayed penalty, and I'm sure if you're the Bears, you'll take the goal. Well, they are putting 2 up on the board, so they're actually putting 5 on the board. So it's a major penalty. And that will give the Bears their 4th power play, and it'll be an extended one with a 9-4 lead. So Connor Scott gets a 5-minute major for high sticking. And we'll see if the Bears can't take full advantage. Smith, quick stick from the far angle, nothing doing. Track down Sanchez, 3. Smith! Oh my, he is feeling it today. Lane Smith, back-to-back goals. Another power play goal for the Bears, their second of the game, 3rd goal of the game for Smith. And it's 10-4. And we'll see. So usually 2 goals will nullify the 5-minute. Certainly not 1. Still just under 4.5 to go into major penalty to Connor Scott. And it's just another example. You put your team behind the 8 ball with costly penalties. And both these 2 teams guilty of it throughout the season. So Snow. And the Bears now will set things up. So Lane Smith back at the top. He's got the Bears' last 2. So it looks like we are 5-on-5 now, and Scott will serve his major. Lane Smith with 5 on the shot clock. Smith. Diving attempt, and that's closed off by Lahash. And now quick pass up to Nozelski. Nozelski was all over the carpet on Friday with the offensive guys back. He's now in that transition role. Valuable player no matter what. Rice. Kick out Daibo. Swing, Parker. Five unanswered goals here by the Bears. That backhand from Argent right on, scooped up, and here come the Bears. Ahead, it's the Beav, Lucas Beaver. Transition goal for the Bears, 11-4. Lucas Beaver coming off an exceptional game yesterday in Oshawa, picking up where he left off. And this Oshweken team, boy, they are looking as good as they have this entire season. Just over 4.5, and Joseph Nakamura trying to recover. Scoops that up and flips it. Possession to the RiverWolves. Kobe Lahash. Rice. Trying to turn the corner. Gets a good shot up, but that's wide off the rafters. Will go up the other way. D'Amico. He'll work it, Sanchez, as we hit the 4-minute mark. And that's going to be another penalty. Sanchez drawing one, and Renault takes a shot, almost slides through, but does not cross the goal line. And so Paris will head back to the penalty box, where they have spent a majority of this first half holding the call, and it's going to go against Cody Martin. So 2 for 4 on the power play. This their 5th opportunity for the Bears. They have capitalized and taken advantage of everything that they've been given, including a couple good transition markers. Portelli working with Smith. Tell you, big difference with Lane Smith running this offense as Lane Smith. And I'm not sure if Lahash is able to pick that ball up or not, but as soon as Lane Smith shoots it, it's almost in the back of the net. That's his 4th of the game. 3rd power play goal for the Bears. And it's 12-4. So after a strong opening 15 minutes, the RiverWolves have been shut out, and I think Lahash is going to need a breather. And he will, so I think Connor Waller will come in relief. And again, I think Lahash just may need a breather. We will see. Off the draw, Hanser runs it down. 3.5 to go. Clark in full flight. Can't go very far. Don't have the numbers. They'll reset it at the top with Daibo. Swing around. Martin. Chance here. That shot, and a good save made there is Chase Martin. And now Sanchez with a break. Sanchez has Beaver with him. Sanchez ducks in, and Beaver ran too much interference and took Rice right out. So it'll be now Bergsma. He'll bounce that up. Daibo will set it up. Daibo, big save, Chase Martin. So Chase Martin's done everything he can, and now Patrick Timothy on the flow. Has Renault with him. Timothy ducks in. Patrick Timothy denied. Great move, though, by PT. Just wasn't able to beat Waller. Martin back. Campbell kicks that in the corner. Daibo gets run down there as Campbell will pick him up. Campbell lets it go. Stopped by Martin. Martin with a quick outlet pass on the hop to Renault. He'll be looking at the back door. And that's too many on the floor, I think, as it looks like we're going to get a timeout called by the Oshweken Bears, and that will allow us to take a quick break. Back at it as we are close to the 2-minute warning. Portelli will inbounds and work it with Pedwell on the right side. Teens back to full strength here. Lane Smith has been outstanding. He's pocketed 4, as has Captain Eddie Renault. Smith on the cut. Pedwell leans in. He'll reset, curl back out. Backhand pass gets knocked down, intercepted. And now Mancini Quick pass ahead looking for Lahash. Good recovery. But 1-on-2 waits. Nazelski. He takes a shot, stopped by Martin. Rebound, RiverWolves. Minute and a half to go. Kick out. Good job there as Miller able to step into the passing lane, but not able to out-battle Dylan Martin, who does a good job, and good spin move by Daibo. Get out of trouble with Ruddy coming full steam. Argent, this is where he's tricky. Got lots of room to work. Swing across, Daibo. That one right on off the mask. Martin's going to air this one out. Goes deep, now he has a man. Dump off, Lane Smith backdoor. Lane Smith. Oh, baby. 5th goal in this first half. He has single-handedly dismantled the RiverWolves so far here with 52 seconds left in the second quarter. So if it was a question of whether or not Lane Smith came into play, there isn't one anymore, as he has been a vital asset for these Bears since returning after battling an injury, and we are certainly glad to have him back. Scooped up. Bears in full flight now, putting the pressure on. Sanchez. Duck in. Looking for something. Nothing doing there as John didn't see an opening, but Lane Smith might as well tee it up. Everything has worked. That was deflected, and a good job there by Rice, but a flip up nicely done and over the timeline. 20 seconds left in the half. Sanchez, 10 on the shot clock. Sanchez steered aside. Good save, Waller. Argent now. 12 on the game clock. Argent trying to duck in. Argent diving, robbed by Chase Martin. Oh, Chase Martin, arrest that man, as that will do it for the half. An impressive one for the Oshweken Bears as they hold the RiverWolves scoreless, 13-4 after 2. Ready to rock and roll here for third quarter action from the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Lance Wynn, of course, working alongside with JVI Productions as the Oshweken Bears have gone on an 8-goal run to take a commanding 13-4 lead here as we head into this third quarter. This, of course, as they come in with a record of 4-6, would go a long way to helping them solidify one of the top 6 spots. The RiverWolves at 3-7, battling for their playoff lives as well. Off the draw, RiverWolves control with Argent. Daibo set things up. Teams are at 5 aside right now, and Daibo looking for the give and go and gets knocked down as on the run. Here goes Ron John. And a bouncer stopped. So a good save made there as I'm looking to see, and it looks like that's not Lahash back in the net. That looks like Ty Belanger. I'm going to have to double check as he has come in. Good job by Connor Waller, and going to be a delayed penalty coming to the Oshweken Bears. Rice, flip, Martin, and so a good start to the quarter for the RiverWolves. So it is Lahash back in the net for the RiverWolves. They will go to their first power play of the game. 61% with the man advantage. They were 2 for 3 against Brampton on a power play, so it's been effective. But again, they just haven't had it often. Argent out there with Campbell. Rice at the top. Daibo working the right side with Martin. That one buried by Ty Argent. Second of the game for Ty. 1 for 1 on the power play, and that stops the 8-goal run. It's now 13-5. So if you are Jamie Dubrick, Chris Driscoll, and Kyle Leeming, you're at least happy with whatever you diagrammed to start this third quarter. Good job on executing on the power play early here in the third. Off the draw, Joseph has taken command of that face-off circle. Nakamura's going to have to make some adjustments now, and it's Portelli. Pedwell will swing it around. Portelli on the right. Beaver zipped it across. Portelli off the boards. Hanser takes him in, gets the ball, but he's pinned up on the boards. Gets some help from Lahash. And now one pass, and it's Dybo. Wide open, point blank, Dylan Martin. Back-to-back goals for the RiverWolves. Cuts it now to 13-6. Second of the game for Martin. Gives him an even 10 on the season. So Paris showing some life here early in this third quarter, trying to claw their way back in this one. In case you missed it, of course, it was Brampton 22-10 over these RiverWolves here. That was Friday night. Brampton up to their record now to 8-2. Tops in the all. Off the draw, Joseph. Kick across Sanchez. Swings it around, and they'll pull it right back out. Owen Hill will swing it, and they'll work it now. Sanchez waits. John turns a corner, lets it go. Rebound almost picked up. RiverWolves now have a man now. Bergsma, one man to beat. Bergsma ducks in. Bergsma denied, though. Good save made by Chase Martin. Rebound picked up, and Maloney will move it up in a hurry to Snow. So a good opportunity in transition for the RiverWolves. Just weren't able to beat Chase Martin. He's been on his game here today. Renault on the run right off the logo. Stopped by Lahash. Rebound on there. Good battle by Logan Beach. Ball gets popped up, and Pedwell in the mix. That one will sit right on the crease, and good scoop up by Mancini. Bounce pass, and Beach will move it up over the timeline. Gillespie. Swings it far side. Rice. That shot trickles through. So Argent again. 3 straight, including back-to-back goals from Ty Argent. It's 13-7. So making this one interesting now, and this is where if you're the Bears, you got to give your head a shake now and go back to doing the things you did in the first half. Right now, the lead now trimmed to 6. Ball loose. Kicked and picked up by Argent. Argent now is going to leg it. And now Paris will go back to work on offense. Dybo has been quiet in this one. Gillespie. Gillespie with a running start now. Let's it go, Gillespie! And we've seen Chase Martin make tougher stops than that, but that's perfect placement by the big man who picks up his first of the game, and here come the Paris RiverWolves. It's 13-8. So just when you thought things were settled, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Bears. That'll give us a chance to catch our breath. We'll be right back. So we'll see if the timeout will settle down the Bears, as they have blinked and given up 4 goals here to open up this third quarter, and RiverWolves now will get possession again. So we are definitely seeing a shift in momentum, as this looks more like the first quarter did. Rice. Timothy on him on the switch. Owen Rice. Second of the game, 17th of the season, 13-9 with just over 10.5 to play. So an 8-goal run has now been matched by a 5-goal run by the RiverWolves, and it's a 13-9 game. I tell you, boy, amazing what a half will do. Is whatever the chit-chat was with the RiverWolves in the locker room, as Joseph trying to keep a hold, getting bounced. Hands are on him. Gets checked. Nozelski scooped up. Bears, Sanchez. Sanchez, what a save there by Lahash. Kick out Nozelski. 2-on-1. Paris has the numbers. Rice with him. Nozelski keeps it just wide and through the crease as he goes tumbling in, and possession will belong to the Bears. Good chance for Nozelski, and now Eddie Renault will look to provide some stability here. Cutting through. Great one-handed grab, Portelli, and I think he bounced that one off the crossbar, and now here come the RiverWolves the other way. Lahash. Nakamura. Martin. Gillespie. Screen and roll. Martin flipped up there. Sits there, and it's scooped up now, and it's Snow. Aaron Snow on the run. Good transition defense by the RiverWolves, and it's Beaver. Beaver will create some space now, and Paris will leave Martin in the offensive end with 10 on the shot clock. Beaver, his shot, rebound, Pedwell. He'll lean into a check. Pedwell wrapped up. Pedwell's shot almost trickled through, but Lahash able to roll on it, and now it's Mancini. Cam Mancini will dump it off, and Rice will pick him up as we hit the 9-minute mark here, third quarter. Rice looking to get a step on. Timothy can't. Daibo looking to duck in, kicks it out to Argent. Argent with 10. Shake and bake. Swim move. Rolls back. Gets a double team. Kick out. Martin! That was a slick move by Dylan Martin. In a crowd, he just rolled that one in. I don't even think that Chase Martin saw that, but a big goal. It's 13-10. Third of the game for Dylan Martin. Wow, what a start to the third quarter for the Paris RiverWolves. They've gotten an injection of inspiration, and this guy Joseph is part of that, as he's won almost every draw he's taken. Sanchez now trying to get back in the game. What a block shot by Nakamura, and I should have said, really, Joseph, despite what he's done, Paris has continued to stay focused on the task at hand now. 6 unanswered goals by Paris. Gillespie gets a screen, trying to duck in. Wrapped up, flips it up. Daibo diving. Daibo scores. Wow. 7 straight for the RiverWolves, 13-11. First of the game for Cayman Daibo. I said he was a little quiet, but sure made some noise there. And I'm not sure if the Bears are in shock here or what. Still, with just over 8 minutes to play here in this quarter, And a lead that was 8 is now shrunk down to 2. So we are going to have a goaltending change, as it looks like Sam Forbes is coming in. So both netminders, starting netminders, have had to take a breather. Lahash is back in. He's found his groove. We'll see now if Forbes can't hold down the fort. Off the draw. Argent. And Argent's going to try to test him early. Flips it back, looking for Hanser. Can't. Rice will bail him out. Rice getting worked over by Joseph. Argent. Rice, 10 on the shot clock. Lets it go. First shot, saved by Forbes. And it's picked up Martin. Behind the net as Argent regroups. Gets a hold of it. Argent walks out, takes the shot. Argent played that one perfectly. No reset, 7 on the shot clock. Rice. Got to go. That's too much on the screen and roll. That'll be possession going the other way. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. So quick officials timeout, and back at it now, and what was a sizable lead is no more. So the Bears got to try to get back on track here, and it'll be Sanchez with the hash on him. Does a good job to get it over the timeline. One-on-one. Sanchez now kicks it out. Pedwell. Taking it strong. Pedwell ducks back out, kicks it out. Portelli. Swing around Lane Smith. Lane Smith hasn't had a chance to get going yet in this half. Backhand pass just too tough for Pedwell to handle. Shot clock's going to wind down, and Paris is going to hold it down defensively, and now they'll go back to work on O. Nozelski, he'll flip and retreat. Martin working with Daibo on the right side. Rice. Give and go. Rice off the post. Parker's going to pick that up and hit it to Daibo. Defender with no stick. Daibo, shovel. Martin scores! It's 13-12. Fourth of the game for Dylan Martin. Miller lost his lumber there, and he's going to have to retrieve that, but Paris is not concerned. So an 8-goal run by Oshweken in the third gave them a 13-4 lead at the break. An 8-goal run by the RiverWolves to open the third has closed the gap now to 1 with just under 6.5. Joseph gets it back, and Snow now had it taken away. Rice, good stick check there, as Paris now will waste no time with another opportunity here to tie this game up. Can't believe I'm saying that so early in the third, but wow, what a change of events here. Argent ducks in. Can't get a shot off. Curls back out. Sends it out. Campbell took his eye off it, and Gillespie was not going to get that. And it'll be over and back. It'll be scooped up. Here come the Bears. John. Pushed out. Dumps it down low. And denied by Lahash. Bergsma battling for it. As the RiverWolves come away with it now, Gillespie. Gillespie will bounce it out. Rice will slow it down. Kick out. Quick shot, Parker. That one steered aside on a good save by Chase Martin, who looks like he's back in the game. Sorry. Yes, that does look like Chase, as that one misses up top. So good job by Forbes. Gave him a breather, and now Rice gets bumped by Ruddy. 2 on the shot clock. Quick shot. No wickets this time. Chase Martin closed that now. And Gillespie and Ruddy, probably two of the largest individuals in the Arena Lacrosse League, as Gillespie may have won that battle and goaded Ruddy into a penalty. So Ruddy's going to go. I think they're both going to go. So both Ruddy and Gillespie are going. It'll be coincidentals of something. So roughing, coincidental roughing minors. And possession's going to belong to Oshweken. Just under 5 minutes to go in what has been the complete opposite of the second quarter. Dominated here by the RiverWolves in what's now a one-goal game. So Lane Smith inbounds. We'll play some 4-on-4. Lots of room on the carpet as that one stopped by Lahash. Is a good shot by Sanchez. And now you're going to have to get some help. Get it over the timeline. Got to move it up quick. Argent. Good clock awareness there. He'll give way to Martin. Martin takes a bump, and it's Daibo. Argent one-on-one with Snow. Daibo gets the screen. 5 in the shot clock. On the cut, had Argent, but the pass was behind him, and Bears will weather the storm and try to move it back up over the timeline. Argent, the stick check. Argent with the pocket pick. Dumps it off to Daibo. Some good forechecking by Ty Argent. Delayed penalty coming to the Bears. So Paris, barring a goal here, will go back to work the man advantage. That shot almost caught him on the hidden ball trick there, as they thought Daibo had it, but Rice had it. Either way, 49 seconds still remaining in the coincidentals. And in the meantime, a slashing call will go to Luke Maloney. So just the second power play opportunity for the RiverWolves. So Rice at the top, 4-on-3 here. Rice. Campbell steps in. Rice has a better angle. Argent, no look, kick. Andy Campbell almost finished the tic-tac, but got the rebound, kick it back out. Campbell steps in, another save, Chase Martin. Campbell, another offensive board. Kicks it out now, Argent. No look. Twister, Daibo. Good save by Chase Martin now, and that one's lofted up, and trying to run under that was D'Amico. Going to be a battle, and that one's won by Owen Rice. 4 dying seconds in the coincidentals. They'll be out. So it'll be a 5-on-4 affair now for just over a minute. Argent. Rice draws the defender. Argent lets it go. Goes off Big Ruddy, who comes out of the penalty box and plays netminder. Fresh 20 now for Paris. Still 50 seconds left of man advantage. And Campbell tried to get some air under there, but the big guy, I think, may be a little vertically challenged. Either way, he's got a long reach, and now it's Snow. Snow will look to burn some time here. 35 seconds left in the penalty. They'll keep it well outside. Bears holding on to a 1-goal lead. They have been silent in this quarter. Portelli, that shot right on. So Daibo will scoop it. Final 15 seconds now of the Paris power play. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third. What a third it's been for Paris. Argent, Daibo. Daibo! We are tied at 13. Second power play goal of the game, second of the game for Daibo, and boy, Paris. They have turned the tables here on the Bears, and it's 13-13 with just under 2 minutes to play. So all the scoring this quarter has been done by Paris, and that'll be a violation. Give it to the Bears. And the Bears looked unbeatable in the second quarter, reeling off 8 straight, but that's history. Beaver wide of the mark. Sanchez knocked it down, but instead bounces just going in the way right now of the RiverWolves. Clark battling, gets out of there. Nazelski 3-on-1 here. Paris looking for the go-ahead. Hanser can't get it cleanly. Good job, Lucas Beaver comes away with it. So good defense by the Beeve as he'll stop, and Oshweken need a little something here. Haven't been able to manage to muster anything in this third. Big shot goes off the defender, off the glass. Almost tracked down. Portelli in there fighting for it. Connor Scott can't get it. Sanchez can. Into the final minute. And that's a shot clock violation. Possession will belong to Paris. 50 seconds left here in the third. Unbelievable comeback so far for these RiverWolves. Never gave up. Argent ducks in, puts on the brakes, kicks it out. Rice with 5 on the shot clock. Gonna have to go. Rice looking for a shot. And that's a violation, so 20 seconds left. Bears will get it. And we'll see if they look to try to be aggressive. And I'm not sure why he left that. Picked up. Dylan Martin, what a save, Martin. Rebound. Nazelski denied as well. Oh, my. Careless by the Bears, and it's knocked down. 5 on the game clock. Nazelski. 3. Right on, and what a third quarter for the Paris RiverWolves. Fasten your seatbelt. We're headed to the fourth, tied at 13. So I said fasten your seatbelt, but maybe you ought to fasten two, because we just don't know what this fourth quarter is going to look like. The third quarter was 5-4 Oshweken after 1. Oshweken went on an 8-goal run and took a 13-4 lead into the break. Paris countered with a 9-goal run, and we're tied at 13 here heading to this quarter. Too many on the floor is the call, and I'm just looking to see who it was. And from my count, I've got 6 Oshweken guys on, and apparently my count and crew chief Kyle Coulter's counter are the same. So a too many men call will put Paris back in the driver's seat. Third power play opportunity, and they are 2 for 2. A chance for their first lead of this game. Rice at the top. Daibo, his shot. Good save there, and Miller will loft it up. Going to be a race for it, and trying to use his height, but good hands there by Rice as he secures it now, and he'll zip it over. Martin has some room. Him and Rice will try to gap the box and go to the bounce, and that one's scooped up. Aaron Snow, he used his stretch. Timothy's going to jump in the rush. Snow, one man to beat, and a good job there by Rice to steer him clear of that net. And now Snow will look to burn some time. Minute 15 left in the penalty. We are in the fourth quarter, tie game. Both these two teams fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Snow shot steered aside by Lahache. So now with just under a minute to go, Paris back to work with a man advantage. Argent. Martin, Skip, Campbell, back up top. Argent. Rice to Argent. Argent working to Campbell with 5. Daibo twister right on, and you see the Bears playing some good defense. And now one quick pass will move it up. And working with just 20 seconds left to burn here for the Bears. D'Amico will send it over to Portelli. So if you're Oshweken, you've been stuck on that number 13 for good 15 minutes now. Chance for Sanchez. Good effort, but nothing doing. Penalty over now. Teams back to 5 aside. Scott. So after a frantic pace in the first 3 quarters, teams a little more deliberate here to start the fourth. Daibo. Parker. From way out. Knocked down by Patrick Timothy. Got a man. Timothy's on the roll. Got a man with him. And interference to call as Patrick Timothy a little too aggressive. And unfortunately, didn't open the door. And that one will go in the corner. Campbell will get a hold of it. Man on him, but the big man comes out of there with possession. Swinging around now to Daibo. Campbell with 7. One-on-one, has a size advantage. Down low, quick stick, and a beauty save. Scooped up by the Bears. They're on the move. Big save there, Chase Martin. Malloy. Lane Smith has been quiet. Teed it up early. That one off the post. As I say that, he rings it off the iron, scooped up Lucas Beaver. Fresh 20. 11 and a half to go in the fourth. Smith with 10. Smith puts the head down, leans in. Lane Smith ducks in, one-handed, and it's going to be scooped up. Nazelski's going to try to knock it in. Nazelski, if he can get it clean. Scoop. Can't. Nazelski scores! No goal, they call crease. So Nazelski had the toe in the crease. Crew Chief Kyle Coulter right there. Johnny on the spot to call that one. So the Bears dodge a bullet again, and now it's Eddie Renaud. Where has the Bears offense been for this second half? Portelli right on stop. RiverWolves get it. They got a man now, Lahash. And that one gets knocked back the other way as it'll go into the corner and the Bears will run under it. Maloney, he'll retreat. Now it's Sanchez. Working a Lane Smith. Kicks it down low. Hill. Back up top, Portelli. 10 on the shot clock. Smith ducks in. Smith try to take something off, gets no rebound. Then goes down. Lane Smith, masterful. What a big goal for the Oshweken Bears. They finally have something to cheer about after a 15-minute drought. They take the lead 14-13. 6th of the game for Lane Smith. Comes at a beauty time, and what was so impressive about that was I don't think he expected to score in the first shot. It's like he wanted to put that off the pad and scoop the rebound and then tuck it down low, and that's exactly what he did. Off the draw, RiverWolves have possession. Trouble, though, for Clark. Got to keep the feet moving as he'll hook that back. Joseph, interception. Bears. Joseph has a man, kicked out. And no call there as Hanser got away with one. For sure on Owen Hill. Renaud. Renaud off the post. That'll go the length, and Chase Martin will work it. 9.5 to go here in the fourth. Big shot, easy save there for Lahash. So Lahash is settled in now as he shut this Oshweken team down in that third quarter. So he's starting to feel his groove now. Argent, Timothy on him. Good defense there as he'll get it to Martin. Martin look to come around. Kick it out, Rice. Change the angle. Rice. Slide it down with 8. Good twist going in. Buried. Oh my, beauty move there as Cody Martin out of nowhere. And let me double check that and make sure. Sorry, that's Garen Jennings. So Garen Jennings, big call up for the RiverWolves, ties this game at 14. I thought Garen Jennings in a losing cause on Friday looked very good for the RiverWolves, and I know the score was lopsided, but you got to look and take the positives out of the positive. Joseph gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez gets a step. Sanchez puts on the brakes. Stutters. Looking for someone now and out to find Pedwell. Smith. 8.5. Inside to the Beeve. Beeve couldn't keep it out of the crease. And now it's legged up by Martin. Martin has a clean path, but it's knocked down. Good job defensively there by D'Amico, and he'll send it the other way. Chance here. Bouncer stopped as Lahash up to the task, and an opportunity there for just unable to find the back of the net now as Rice ducks in. Rice has it stripped. Picked up now, and here come the Bears. D'Amico looking for Timothy, just too far. He's going to have to run this one down, and he will. Snow has a lane. Snow takes a shot, scores! Aaron Snow. Bears getting some contributions from some unlikely spots, and Snow, a defensive specialist, picks up his first of the game. 15-14 Bears. Wow. Not even sure. Still plenty of time with over 8 minutes left. Just a reminder, following this one, Toronto Monarchs, 6-4 record up against the Six Nations Snipers with a 3-6 record. So must win really for both. Chance here, Bears, Sanchez, and he'll pull it out. Let the rest of the offense filter out, and it's looking in tight for Beaver, but Sanchez will bail him out. 10 on the shot clock. Portelli swing. Renault one-on-one. Renault dump in. Pedwell. Point blank, got chased out. Beeve picked up the rebound. Got to shoot it as he's tied up. Good defense by the RiverWolves. Clark will move it over the timeline. Clark, a lane. Clark underhand stop by Martin. Big save by Chase Martin. So both goaltenders struggled through a stretch, but starters are in here for their team in crunch time. Pedwell. Portelli with 7. Portelli takes that one, misses the net. Rebound, Lane Smith, one hand, right on. And it'll be Bergsma. Under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Daibo gets a step, looking for the flip. Can't find it, back out Argent, wrong stick side. Great save there, Martin. On a bullet, Martin has a man, but again knocked down. Campbell. And they're going to call that a penalty as it looks like interference on the goaltender as they touched the goaltender's stick on the follow-through. And with that said, that will take us to our final officials' timeout. Set to inbounds here. And the Oshweken Bears will go to their 6th power play opportunity of this game. Goaltender interference to call. They are 3 for 5 on the power play here. Leading by a goal with under 6.5 to play. Portelli working with Lane Smith. Kick across on the curl. Looking to duck in, swing around. Owen Hill right on. Good save there by Lahash, and it's knocked down. Bears will keep it. Hill shot right on, stopped. And that's lofted up. Lahash is going to bring it over the timeline. 2-on-2. Lahash goes to the bounce, denied by Chase Martin. It's going to go the other way. Lahash hockeys it to himself. Nice play. He'll curl back out, but he draws a double team and eludes that. Can't elude that, though, as he gets bounced off the boards now, and here come the Bears. Good job by Maloney to leg it over the timeline, as now they'll get the offense out there with Portelli. Minute to go in the man advantage. Smith. Renault and Hill out there on the left. Smith lets it go. Lane Smith. How you like me now? He has been outstanding. 7th goal of the game. More importantly, it extends the lead to 16-14. So with just under 5.5 to play, it appears the Bears have at least given their heads a shake. Still plenty of time, just when you figure that it was a 9-goal deficit at the half and Paris clawed even, that 2 goals isn't squat tola, as now the Bears feeling the momentum. Renault barrels in on Nozelski, who holds his ground. Kick out, swing around. Sanchez, lots of time on the shot clock. Portelli looking for a step. Portelli, Bergsma on him. Bumped around, 5 on the shot clock. Portelli tucks it in. Oh, Stephen Portelli on the short side, up top on the crease dive. First of the game for Portelli, and I tell you, couldn't have come at a better time. That's his 9th of the season. So the roller coaster ride continues as Nakamura bodies Joseph out of there, and Nakamura dumps it off on the fly. That one low as Daibo not able to find the cage, and now Clark. Under 5 minutes to go. Argent. 10 on the shot clock. Rice holds on to it. Campbell with 4. And overpassing, didn't get a shot off. And that will go into the corner. And possession will belong now to the Bears. Under 4.5 to play here in the 4th. 3-goal lead for the Oshweken Bears. It has been a game of runs. Smith working on Martin. Smith didn't like that very much on the chop, and Renault didn't like that either. And now Martin in there with Renault, and there's a whole lot going on behind the play, and they're going to have to blow the whistle, and Pelliccione's in there as well. And so they're going to break them up and let cooler heads prevail. It'll be a Paris possession with just over 4 minutes left. Good piece of officiating to clear them out and move it along. There was nothing really extra done. Argent on the roll, gets knocked down. Martin shot right on. Chase Martin to save. Patrick Timothy taken down. Good job, Chase Martin. Gets it out on good hands by Snow. Forgot the ball, though, Rice. And possession to Paris. Rice. Argent. Skipped it to Daibo, but it had too much skip. Snow, if he can run under it. Heron Snow, and he'll think better of it. And no reason to press the issue. In control here. Good job there to run that ball down by Owen Hill. And that shot right on by Lucas Beaver. So Lahash now zips it up. Tried to go to the back door, intercepted. Quickly back up ahead, Sanchez. Under 3 minutes. Sanchez going to go for a run. Better watch. He's got that long arm. Good reach. Sanchez. He's waiting for the rest of his teammates to get on the floor. Renault. Pedwell. Pedwell gets a step. Curls out with 10. Sanchez, that's his spot. Sanchez tried to go down, but Lahash up to that. 2.5 to go. Paris needs something here. Argent gets a step. Argent. And that's going to be a check from behind. And pinned up against the boards. Nothing as Luke Maloney, just a size advantage. That shot right on. And so with 2:10 to go, Paris will get their 4th power play of this game. They are 2 for 3. So in case you missed it, Brampton beat this Paris team 22-10 on Friday. Whitby 18-10 over Peterborough to stay in 2nd place. These Bears, a big win, 15-9 over the Oshawa Outlaws. And, of course, following this game, the Monarchs and the Snipers go head-to-head, and that has playoff implications as well. Paris working with the man advantage. We are at the 2-minute warning. Kick out. That shot steered aside by Martin. Picked up, though, by Divo. Campbell. Argent. Divo tees it up just wide, and that'll stay in play and go over the timeline. Snow's going to scoop it up, and he'll just go find some open carpet, or will he? Try to go to the bounce, looking to pick up that ball and get out of there as we're 1.5 minutes away from the final buzzer. Hill. 10 on the shot clock. D'Amico. He just slid that towards the net as possession will belong to Paris. RiverWolves running out of time, trailing by 3. They have mounted an unbelievable comeback, but they are down 3. We're into the final minute here. Martin. Rice. Good save, Chase Martin. Rebound, Argent. Fresh 20. 30 seconds left in the power play. Martin tried to change the angle, but Chase Martin there to stop that. Ball loose, and that'll go all the way down. 30 seconds left in this game. Lahash. He'll one hop it to Argent. 20 seconds on the game clock. That one steered aside by Martin. Rice. Ruddy met him. Rice gets out of there. And Ruddy takes him down. That'll be a penalty. And Gillespie and Ruddy, I tell you, Gillespie doesn't like that. He feels that his size advantage, and Ruddy was a little overly hands-on. So Ruddy will be done for this game with 8 seconds left. So 8 seconds, 3 goals is going to be a whole lot. That stays the way it is. Back-to-back wins this weekend for the Oshweken Bears. Boy, that sure ups their playoff hopes. Argent with the buzzer goes. 17-14, the final. The Oshweken Bears win 2 this weekend. They are now 5-6. The Paris RiverWolves fall to 3-8. Stick around. We'll have our all player of the game after this. I'm here with our all-player of the game, Lane Smith. Lane Smith, 7 goals. Lane, more importantly, you guys picked up 2 big wins this weekend, and now you're in the playoff hunt. You got to be happy with that.
Oh, yeah. We're extremely happy. We turned it around. I know we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times. Quick momentum change, and our couple additions here really helped us out as well.
Now, you talk about that. Talk about the drought in the third quarter. You guys weren't managing to put that ball in the net. Was there a specific talk? Did the coach say anything, or did you guys rally on your own?
We just kind of rallied on our own. I know Clancy backed us up, right? A lot of positivity. We try to stray away from negativity. Yeah, I mean, Paris went on a run. They had their momentum. Not much we could do about that. But then Chino settled in, made some big saves, and we went to work in the fourth.
Well, let me ask you now. Of course, you're battling some injuries. You're back now. Are you feeling 100%? Where are you on that scale?
Yeah, I feel 100%. I feel way better. I'm happy to be back. It's the medicine game for a reason, right? But yeah, I'm ready to push forward and head towards playoffs.
Lane Smith, player of the game. Stick around. We got Six Nations and the Toronto Monarchs up next. Beauty, bro.